I'm clearly filming this intro after I filmed the first clip because as you can see by my haircut that this is after, but it's fine. We're gonna pretend that's not true.
3, 2, 1.
I decided that I want to try going to a silent book club because I've been seeing it a lot on social media and I just feel like it sounds interesting, especially like as an introvert and someone who doesn't like talking to people and getting out of my house. It's a very good stepping stone into doing so. I feel like it's a good way to just like meet people in my area, and you also know that they're introverted-ish and they're bookish because they're at a silent book club. I am a very average human in the sense of I am not outgoing. I don't know what my vibes are that come off across the camera and whether or not you all think I'm outgoing, but I'm not really. I'm relatively introverted, and especially in public, I only talk to people, even in like social settings, I only talk to people when they start the conversation first. Going to a silent book club does sound intimidating for me. Like, I have social anxiety sometimes. A silent book club can be anxiety inducing because it's like you're walking into a room full of strangers and the expectation there is for you to like talk and make friends but also read. I'm so awkward. We'll just get right into the video of me also having anxiety about going. Bye. I'm currently driving to the place and I'm running really late. Not really late, but like later than I anticipated because like today was just a day of chaos. I am just living my life. It's actually kind of good that I'm running late so I don't really have time to overthink it because I feel like for me, the anxiety of being late is worse than the anxiety of anticipation. I'd rather hurry up and get in there and not be as late than to just like sit there and overthink. I feel like I'm getting the anxiety. An hour of just reading and decompressing after the day that I've had seems like a dream. I'm like kind of excited just to experience something new. The anxiety of just like walking into a room full of people that you don't know is kind of high because I'm telling myself I'm not setting expectations. Whether or not that's true is a different story, but I'm telling myself that there are no expectations for me to talk to anyone. If I get there, read for an hour, and go back, then that's fine. That's all I want of myself. I got out of the house. I mean, like, I'm not dressed nice. I'm in leggings and a sweatshirt. I'm leaving the house, so there's that. Also, yeah, I know it's dangerous to vlog while driving. For legal purposes, this is all a joke. I am not driving right now. This is just a bit. So we'll see how it is. If I like this one, I might go to another. If there's 5 people, I feel like I can't blend in with the crowd. But if it's like 10, 15, 20, I can definitely blend in, and I like that a lot more. Honestly, there's power in numbers. If I am one of many, then I can happily just like walk in and walk out without anyone noticing. But if it's like one of 5, people will notice. When the reading hour is done, I just disappear from the group because they'll be like, oh, where'd that little Asian girl go? And I'll be like, I went home. I'm gonna stop vlogging and I'm gonna focus on driving. Again, that was a joke for all intents and purposes. I will keep you updated. Going in.
Is this what it looks like, honey? I'm getting used to never getting over this.
I just got back. I didn't just get back. I got back a while ago from the silent book club. The books that I brought, if you were wondering, were The Kiss Quotient and also Stay True, which is that book right there. I was really late. Not really late, but like I was late enough where I walked in, everyone was seated, and I was like, I hate it. One of my least favorite things is like, finding a seat in a group of people I don't know because I'm like, where do I sit? Anyway, so then I sat down. I didn't eat much of a dinner at home because I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat food while I'm there. But then because I was late and it was awkward, I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna get food. It's too much of a hullabaloo, if you will. So I didn't, and I was hungry and I played myself, but it's fine. I did talk to people. I mean, I like didn't exchange any social medias or anything, but I did talk to people, which honestly is good enough. Like I said, I had low expectations of like not talking to people, just going there for the vibes. Most of the people were probably older than I was. I was probably like in the middle, younger range of things, or at least the table that I sat at. It honestly was a little awkward and a little uncomfortable, but the thing is, it's like if you're walking into a room full of strangers and they're all strangers, it's like it's gonna be a little awkward, it's gonna be a little uncomfortable, and that's expected. I also am not as well read as most of the people in there, so they were saying books and I was like, I don't know what that is. A girl was reading Bunny, which I've read, and a girl was reading People We Meet on Vacation, which I've read, but like the books that they were talking about, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, like genuinely, honestly. Like they were talking about A Court of Thorn and Roses and then A Fourth Wing because that just recently came out, and I was just like, I cannot contribute to this conversation, so I will sit here and vibe. The person sitting across from me was pretty nice. It was also her first time going. I'm probably gonna go to another one again to see what it's like. I don't like the we're at an actual restaurant type thing. Like, I would much prefer a cafe because I know how cafes work, and it's like you order at the counter and it's fine. A waiter service place is like the waiter has to come to me, and if I'm late, I can't get food. I don't have a menu, so I don't know what I want, and that's on me for starving and also being late. Yeah, I would say like overall it was a fine time. I did get some reading in, which is good. Most of the demographic, females in the age of like 22 to like 40. It's a big range. I was also sitting with like older people. Again, that is my target demographic apparently. I'm like, I live with my family still. I'm a little baby, and they're all like, I bought a house, I'm married, and I'm like, I had a half a burrito for lunch. We'll see how the next one goes. If you're curious about the experience, it was actually like a very smooth transition. I thought it was gonna be like, okay, someone's gonna make an announcement, like everyone shut up and read. People started talking, and then like everyone started reading, and then around 7:30 when it was supposed to be the social hour again, people started talking again. I just finished the second meeting. This one went better than the last one. I think it's because I actually showed up on time and I got to talk to people before and after we read. But I will say that talking to people, especially strangers, gives me so much anxiety because I'm like, what do I even talk to you about? And I feel like I'm a socially awkward person. So it's like, I can't think of questions that aren't obvious. I'm gonna go home and we can talk about it more. Bye. I'm home. And I just want to give you all my thoughts on the silent book club in general. There's a lot of different locations all around the country where they are doing silent book clubs. Today, I decided to show up on time. It allowed me to find a seat, talk to people, order my stuff, and settle in before reading. The host bought little stickers and they're really cute, so I'm gonna show you what I got. So I got this one. Don't focus on me, focus on the plant. There we go. Okay, well, you can't really see them. Just imagine that they're not blurry. So I got this one. It's a little plant reading a book. And I got this one, which is more flowers with a book. And then I got this one, which has book lover, which happens to be one of my favorite books this year. Anyway, so I got these 3 stickers. Oh gosh. So today was better than the first time. Got to actually talk to some people more in depth without feeling like really awkward. I got a good amount into my book, which is nice. And then I left. As a review, it's about as you expect. It's up to you how social you want to be. There is a lot of forced conversation. It just depends on the luck of the draw of who you sit with, of whether or not that's going to be like really uncomfortable. Like for me, I feel like I'm better in a one-on-one conversation where I know that I have to carry my weight in the conversation. In a group of like 4 people, it's like I can just take a step back. I could just exist in the world and I don't have to put as much effort in because like the rest of the 3 people can carry a conversation without me, you know, which is not the best mindset, but that's the mindset I have. From someone who's like introverted, I tend not to talk to people unless I need to. I would recommend it. I would say like the only con that I have, at least because the one that I go to is maybe smaller. We don't have like the whole place to ourselves. It's like we just intertwine with the general public, which is fine if we had designated tables, but today it was like a cafe, so you can't really reserve tables. There was like one big table in the front, which was full. And I was like, well, and I asked the host, hey, do we just like sit wherever? And she's like, yeah, great. Where do I sit? I think the first time I went, the seating was not as awkward because we had like a whole section to ourselves, so I knew everyone there was for the book club. I just found an empty seat. That was fine. It was a little awkward because I was like, I was late and it was full and I was like, where do I sit? Like showing up alone to an event, that's my least favorite feeling of like, oh, where should I sit? I'm awkward. Today, it was like, because we were intermingled with the general public, it was also a where do I sit, but also who's here for the book club? Because I could have easily just sat down and assumed that a group was part of the book club and they would have been like, what are you doing? Why are you sitting at our table? I mean, like obviously the general indicator would be like if they had a book, but it's a cafe and lots of people have books. Anyway, so I don't know how I would recommend that they work around this, or maybe it's just like for my chapter of the silent book club that is just smaller so we don't do a whole space. Because I know like other cities around me that also have silent book clubs, typically they rent out like the whole space, they have like a whole section. All that to say, if you're introverted but you still want to socialize, try it out. Go to one. This is my second one, and I will say that this one I enjoyed more. It might have been in the facet of the people that I sat next to were more social or like more around my age. Because like the first time that I went, it was mainly people that were like older than me. I will say though, weirdly enough, I feel like there's a lot of teachers that go to these things. 2 out of the 3 people I sat with today was in teaching or wanted to go into teaching. One person, the first time I went to one, was a teacher. And I was like, I am a corporate slave. You are good people. Would recommend, try it out, see if you like it. It's really non-committal. You don't have to go every time. You just go when you want to. And because there's so many people, Like I said in like one of my intro clips, I just like to blend in. I don't want to stand out. I don't want to draw attention to myself when I'm in social situations. This allows you to do that. Like I walked in, walked out very easily. I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.